He drafted the Indian Republic's most sacred book. He called on millions to dream of equality and justice. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar pioneered good trouble in India. He was steadfast in his beliefs. His arguments were rooted in logic. His passion for justice inspired a generation of political leaders. Today marks 130 years of Dr. Ambedkar's birth. We celebrate it every year as Equality Day. But beyond the symbolism, what is Ambedkar's legacy? How have his teachings shaped modern India, and what are we yet to learn from this 20th century icon? Bear in mind, this is not easy work. Ambedkar was a prolific writer. His philosophy and teachings are spread through hundreds of works. But there are some trends that persisted through his life, like what triggered the fighter in him. His was a childhood shaped by the injustices of British India, a time when caste system was the norm. The everyday discrimination turned him into a revolutionary. He was disgusted with the way Dalits were treated in India. The rebellious boy soon turned into a gifted student. He earned degrees from the Columbia University and the London School of Economics. He excelled in economics, sociology, history and philosophy. And it is important to talk about Ambedkar's educational prowess because this would come to define him. A man who believed in logic and rationality. Most social reformers used religion to oppose discrimination, including Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi used the word Harijan to describe Dalits. It meant children of God. But Ambedkar did not bank on religion to fight casteism. For him, the system was flawed, religion or no religion, which is why he converted to Buddhism in 1956. Ambedkar's peers believed they could reform Hinduism from within. He disagreed. But let's be honest, India does not remember B.R. Ambedkar as a man of logic. He has forever been christened the Dalit icon. And make no mistake, he was. And he continues to remain one. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar has done more for India's Dalits than any other leader. But should he be jettisoned into that role alone? Because there's so much more to him. Ambedkar once remarked, "I measure the progress of a community by the degree of progress which women have achieved." So he was a feminist icon as well. Here's something else that he said. A great man is different from an eminent one in that he is ready to be the servant of the society. And this is important for today's India. Ambedkar was a civil servant par excellence. Today, the Indian civil service is mired in inefficiency and corruption. It is not a service anymore, it's a job. Maybe Ambedkar's words can spur a change. This is a man who had strong opinions on most issues, and unlike the so-called commentators of today, Ambedkar's opinions were based on logic. His take on spirituality and intellect was clear, and I'm quoting again, "Cultivation of mind should be the ultimate aim of human existence." Those were his words. Today, they're more relevant than ever. The society has been divided into echo chambers. Everyone thinks they're right, and no one wants to listen to each other. So cultivating the mind is a good idea. And the first step in that direction is listening to all the voices. Think about it. So looking back at his life and times, how do we define Dr. B.R. Ambedkar? There is, as I said, a common thread through most of his beliefs. Justice. He was a man who fought for what was due, not just to Dalits, but also to women, to the elderly and to the poor. Unfortunately, today Dalit leaders have appropriated him in India, reduced him to a picture on billboards. So here's our message today. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was not just a Dalit leader, he was a maker of modern India, a beacon of social justice. I'll end by saying this. The mettle of one's ideology is tested only by time. More than half a century after his death, Ambedkar and his beliefs are still relevant today. It is a testament to his intellect and to his sense of right and wrong. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.